All right, what's up, everybody? We are back with the B team. It is now going into week number 11. We are past the halfway point officially. On our way to Thanksgiving. Bro. We are on our way to Thanksgiving. Only so many football games left, which is why it is important that on Sundays you tell the people around you that don't like football, you tell the people that around you that like football but aren't going to watch because they have something better to do, supposedly. You only have so many football games left this season.
If you have a girlfriend or vice versa, you have a boyfriend, if you're a woman watching this show, and they plan something on a Sunday, hey, listen, we're going to go to my mother's house, and we're going to have dinner, and we're not going to watch football. It's respectfully, no. Respectfully, no. You could go by yourself.
You only have so many more football games you could watch.
Let me ask you something. This might be a little personal here. So, does Alexa know that Sundays is sacred to you?
Yeah, they're sacred to her.
They are sacred to her too. Well, I feel like Saturdays are more sacred to her because she's more of a college fan. Really? I feel like she
only Saturday nights down in Tuscaloosa.
Saturday nights in Tuscaloosa. But has she ever been like, hey, in the future we have something planned on a Sunday, you have to make it?
No.
That's why you're engaged.
She knows. She knows. She might be a Giants fan, but she knows.
People listen. Well, that's a good thing. If she was like a Chiefs fan, you think it would be different or something. Like, oh, we're good. We're gonna win. You know what? It's okay.
I think that there is a generation of people who are Chiefs fans that don't watch games on Sunday because they're like, oh, we have Patrick Mahomes. He's just gonna win. Like, I don't have to tune in.
Yeah.
Like you and me, we have to tune in because
I know
we could have the highest of highs or we could have the lowest of lows. Like, there's never a full day of it being in the middle. Like, even if the Cowboys were to go off and win 50-0, I know Jerry Jones would somehow bring me down.
There would be something to talk about with Jerry Jones.
Yes.
But it's weird.
It's the same with you guys. Aaron Rodgers would bring you down eventually on Pat McAfee.
Oh, for sure. But it's funny because, like, now I feel like before we had the pod, it was like, before this was all created, we would just watch it like leisurely, but still watch it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, we need like an incentive to watch it. Like, we have to watch it. But like the last 2 weeks where I was gone, like I had work, we had Bacon Fest, I had the golf outing. It's like, it didn't feel right not watching football. It doesn't feel right. No. I come in here and I'm like, shit. Yeah. So last week was good. I'm back in the groove, and it was good. 9 wins, whatever.
So I gotta say, when you said watch it leisurely, like we used to watch it leisurely. All right,
leisurely.
No. Listen, this is where my head went. When we were in college and we moved all the furniture out, and you broke the table for the birthday party.
Yeah.
And the next morning, we all woke up, all 4 of us, 5 of us, I think. I think someone stayed over, and we just brought pillows and blankets and 4 TVs out to the living room, and you demanded the Jets were on the biggest TV, and this was when the Jets were terrible.
Sam Darnold era.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And you demanded we watch the Jets, and you just sat there, hungover, watching the Jets, and I had to watch the Cowboys on my phone. It was terrible. That's where I got like leisurely.
Yeah.
Like, that was our leisurely watching on Sundays.
Forgot about that. I remember. I always get this on my the Snapchat memories. Yeah. Old man Ryan, shout out to you, bro. You know who you are, Ryan Callahan. I remember he came over. I think it was the Jets Browns. It was week 2 after the Jets beat the Lions. Week 1 with Darnold, and we had some bet. And for some reason, he was like, "The Browns are gonna win." I was like,
was this at our apartment?
Yes.
Yeah, you had the shotgun Four Locos.
Yeah.
You had the shotgun one at halftime, and then you agreed to do one at the end of the game.
I didn't go number 2 for 3 days. I immediately got drunk. Got drunk. It was funny because when that happened, it only took me like 5 minutes to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
We went to go get pizza. I was like, yo, let's go get some Amore or some shit. But that shotgun, I still watch it. Every year I get that memory, and I'm like, man.
You kind of crushed it.
I killed it.
You crushed it.
Ryan, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
You crushed it.
So, okay, I don't know why I was going with that, but
I don't know. That was another good story. Watching it leisurely. That's how we used to watch it.
But
shotgun and 4 Locos.
Okay, I know where we're going for.
Why did we, we all as a generation knew the struggles of 4 Locos. And we would always willingly just be like, oh, yeah, let's make a bet. Shotgun and 4 Loco.
I hate these, like, just fruity, odd drinks, like Buzz Balls. You see those?
Yeah.
No.
You've had them?
Yeah, those are disgusting. They're disgusting.
Just lost a sponsor.
Yeah, I don't care if we lost a sponsor. They are terrible. They are bad. I don't know. I just don't like those like weird drinks that you don't know what they are. You're like, oh, that looks good, but what is it? And then it's a Four Loko, and you're like, this is so good when you think about it as a younger person. But now you just look back on it, it's terrible.
You should try the Dogfish Head.
I like Dogfish Head.
Their new their vodka seltzers.
Vodka seltzer.
Dude, they have a mule one, and it's fire.
Yeah.
Absolute fire. It's gas. The Orange Crush one, decent. They have another Crush one, decent. And then the Lemonade one is just your typical lemonade. Steady, good. But the mule.
What are we drinking on Sunday? We're getting down there early.
I know.
Early.
I know.
Because every time me and Gassy go, love you, Gass. Every time we go, we leave at like 10:30. We don't get there until like 12:30. And we're slugging.
Yeah.
Like, dude, slugging. And then we get to the game. We're
steady
like,
buzz. You need to just
I want to just get there and just like leisurely drink.
Yeah, leisurely drink and then leisurely watch the Jets-Colts game.
Yeah. Dude,
I wish we would have.
I wish we would have waited to get those tickets because they're probably like $50 now.
I know.
That's on us. But hey, at least we got them early and we got them secured. We can definitely find our way down to the first level. I guarantee it.
There's going to be no one going to this game.
I remember when me and Gassy, it was the Adam Gase era. We played the Browns. It was the year after the shotgun of the Four.
We're going to the Jets-Colts game, by the way.
So we're all going. Me, Muller, Koski, Adam. The second game after that year, after I shot the Four Loko, we went to a Jets game at MetLife. It was probably the third quarter. We're getting obliterated right now. Like, we stink. Odell Beckham goes off for a touchdown. Me and Gassy are like, yeah, we got to find our way down to the first level. We walk down. There is not one, like, vendor, like, checking tickets or anything. We are literally the first row of the first section for, like, a whole half. And it was the craziest thing because we just walked down there, whole empty row. And we're like, yo, I think these are our seats, guys, right? Yeah, okay. And we're just like, dude, look where we're at right now. Like this, maybe there's a positive thing of being such a trash team that we could just go up and get a crazy view.
That's it, right there.
I just thought about this. We should hit up Fireman Ed and let him know that we're going to be down there.
Yeah, we should.
So when me, Andy Casala, Gassy, my pops went. This is after we interviewed him. We were going to the game that next Sunday. We tried to find him. We probably walked a mile or 2 miles to go try to find this guy.
You're not going to find. Like
he hit me up. Well, I hit him up and he answered.
I get that. Yeah. But like he's the type of guy that his tailgate is locked down and it's in a secluded area that no one knows except for the people that were invited to the tailgate. Like I just don't see him. He's too big. He's too big to just go park in the general public's parking lot and have a tailgate, you know. But like maybe he walks out of his and goes to the general public, but he doesn't. We
could find him. If we want to make that, like, I will text him and be like, hey, listen, what tailgate are you at? Like, me and Muller want to stop by. Maybe we could just shoot the shit. I don't know. Like, we could probably get
just say hello,
or just say what's up. Like, we can go say what's up because I have an idea of where his tailgate is, but I know where our tailgate is too. We're D1. Amazing tailgate. So much fun. Good food. We're gonna have a blast. I can't wait.
Okay. Can't wait. Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
Is that your first Jets game in person?
Dude, it's my first NFL game in person.
What?
No, actually, I lied. Second. I went to the Cowboys versus the Eagles, Week 17 at the Link, and the Cowboys absolutely destroyed the Birds. Jason Witten went for 2 tutties. Tony Romo walked all over y'all. It was phenomenal. Knocked you guys out of the playoffs. It was fantastic.
Is Jason Witten a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I think so. I think he gets the vote for me.
I feel like when your helmet gets knocked off and you keep running in a rivalry game and then get tackled by like a spear from Brian Dawkins, you should deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
The golden days.
Yeah. Like back when men were tough.
Yeah, back when men were tough. I love what Brady always like talks about that now. It's like, this league is soft now. Bill Belichick is like, this league is soft.
They dumbed down the offense.
I mean, they're not wrong. All right, listen, we're getting off track. We have a lot to get into here. You want to start with that Monday night game?
Let's go with the Monday night game. So the Dolphins beat the Rams 23-15. Kind of a sloppy game.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, offensively, it wasn't very fun to watch, but defensively, if you're a defensive guy, it was a great game to watch. Mm-hmm. Hill only had 3 catches for 17. Waddle 3 catches for 57. In the second quarter, we had back-to-back-to-back turnovers on like 3 plays. Stafford now has a career-long 5 straight games with an interception. Just a weird game. Weird teams, weird game, because you look at those two teams, in any week you could pick them to win.
How much longer does Stafford have in this league? Do you think it's time for them to start trying to plan for the future? Because we know Stafford is still a gunslinger. It's just how much longer does he have?
I think they tried to.
With Stetson Bennett?
I think they did, and that backfired greatly. I think they should be in the market for a quarterback, at least to find a backup there. Because, I mean, he gets injured once a year, every year. He is getting up there in age. He's already, like, on Tommy John watch.
But when I look at this team, even though they took the loss, they're not there yet. I know we had a conversation like, oh, are they going to win the division with the Cardinals? Blah.
No.
It's still not over. Like they still have a chance to, and I think they'll still rattle off some wins. I just don't know how much it's good. Like I don't know if they're going to have enough to do it. But I don't think if you're looking towards next year or the year after, the team's not in a bad spot to at least have a quarterback and have him play right off the bat, because Sean McVay's a type of guy that's going to elevate that quarterback that's playing. Like if they just don't have the juice and they're not good enough, then that's on them drafting in the scouting department on telling them to take whatever quarterback they take. Yeah. But their defense is young. I think whatever Cooper Kupp does, even if he's gone, it doesn't really matter in my opinion, because they have Tutu and they have Puka. Like Puka's going to be the wide receiver 1 there probably for a long time. But I don't think what I'm saying is what the Bears did with Caleb, I think the Rams are going to be in a similar situation depending on when they take a quarterback, whether it be this upcoming year or next. Because even if they do take one this upcoming year, I don't think Stafford's going to retire yet. I think he's probably got a good 2 years left in him, max 2 years.
Like if there was a year to take a quarterback, it's this coming year
or the next. The next got a boatload of them too.
No, totally. But I'm just looking at all right. So let's say he has 2 years. Now that kid's sitting behind him for 2 years learning, and then he comes in kind of like Jordan Love did.
Yeah,
it's just kind of a matter of how long do you want that kid sitting there waiting.
Exactly, because I still think Stafford gives you a chance to win. Mm-hmm. I think they just need a lot more pieces on defense and more of an impact on offense. Like Kyron's your impact player.
Yeah,
Kupp is an impact player, but it's it's regressing as he's more of like a situational player. It's definitely like a target for him. I'm not saying he's not bad, but like if we're looking forward, is Kupp going to still produce like he has been?
Yeah.
I think Puka is an impact player, but maybe like a tight end would be huge. I know they usually like to use blocking tight ends, but they could if they could really get a little bit more powerful on offensive line and receiver, possibly a tight end, kind of how like the Raiders drafted Brock. That team will be fine. Like I wouldn't worry about this team in the future because Sean McVay's not going anywhere. And Stafford's a great guy to learn behind. I mean, he's been one of the great quarterbacks in our generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have a question for you. So last night they were talking about Sean McVay during the second quarter, and he got hired at the age of 30.
Yeah.
30.
Youngin.
He's 38 years old.
If
he retired, think about that. He's 38, and he's considered probably one of the better coaches of the last 10 years.
You're happy with him as a coach.
And my question is, okay, he's coached 8 years. He's 38 years old. If he woke up tomorrow and retired, is he going to the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. My gut feeling wants to say no. But, I mean, if he just randomly retired, I think that would just put a burden on his legacy and, like, his Hall of Fame chances to get in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you retire at 38, it's like, oh, do you really think you're going to get in the Hall of Fame here? Like, he's got one Super Bowl. Like, that's
he also
great.
Started at 30, though. That's the thing. It's not like he started at 40 and is retiring at 42.
He's got a long time left, bro.
Like, he's been in the league 8 years, and he's dominated for basically 8 years. Like, he's been a top 5 coach in the league for 8 years.
Yeah. I think that they haven't made the playoffs a couple of years. Like, during his
first couple.
His first couple, and then I don't think they made the playoffs.
Year?
No, they made it last year because they played the Lions. Whatever.
I was just going to keep walking back 2 years, and I was going to say 3 years.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, I know you were. Not yet. I do think since he does have a Super Bowl, I don't know. I don't know what the quota is to make a Hall of Fame as a coach, make the Hall of Fame as a coach, but I don't know. Not yet. But he's got a long time, bro. I mean, he's going to be there for a while. I don't see how the Rams, unless they go on a 2-year skid where they don't make the playoffs, I don't know how he gets fired. I mean, he obviously will be the hottest name in the market if he does. And of course, I'll probably be in a situation where I'm like, we need a coach, and hey, here's a guy who we can get 3 years down the road. Yeah. but no, like that's what I'm saying though. Like, all right, let's get into the Dolphins here.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say because the Dolphins with Tua, they average 20+ points a game. With Tua, they have a winning record.
Yeah,
you know, it's a weird situation for them because you look at those 4 weeks where everyone kind of forgot about them. Just because their quarterback situation was god-awful. But now Tua comes back. There's plenty of season left. They play the Raiders, the Patriots, the Packers. They got the Jets twice, the Texans, Niners, Browns. There's a chance they sneak into these playoffs, and that's not a team you want as a wild card team.
I was going to say I think it's maybe a little too late. Like I feel like because they're in a situation like the Jets now where they pretty much have to almost win out to make the playoffs.
So here's where they're at. So obviously you have the Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans division winners.
Yeah.
Then you have the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Broncos. Broncos have 5 wins.
Yeah.
The Chargers have 6 wins.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are sitting there at 3 wins. You got the Bengals at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are very capable of catching these teams. And you're going to sit here and tell me at the Chargers and the Broncos and even the Colts, you're confident that those 3 teams are going to rattle off enough wins?
I think
that's a 50-50 chance in my mind.
I think the Chargers will. I think they've gone under the radar. Again, like we shout out Eli Hall on this. Like, I think they've gone under the radar because they've played such good football, but no one knows. They're 6-3, bro.
So I hear you there.
Breaking news.
Do you wanna see their schedule?
The Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me.
All right, so they got the Bengals in prime time coming up.
Okay, you never know.
They got the Ravens coming up after that. They got the Chiefs after that.
Okay.
Then they got the Bucks. They have the Falcons at the Falcons.
Oof.
And then they play the Broncos.
Oof.
They end with 2 easy ones, Patriots and Raiders. But that stretch, they could easily lose all of those and season's done.
Yeah.
Easily. They could end up with 8 wins to end the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just not confident in some of these teams that are in the AFC wildcard situation. You know, you bring the Bengals and the Dolphins into play, and all of a sudden my confidence, I think I don't think the Chargers, Broncos, and Colts could win a game in the playoffs.
The Colts,
the Bengals, and the Dolphins could.
The Colts are done. I don't think the Colts, even though they're close, they're in the hunt. Yeah. I just don't think they have it. They have enough.
They have 2 quarterbacks that can't complete a pass or they can't keep the ball. Like what?
Yeah, they screwed
You
themselves.
can't play football like that.
I think the Bengals have a shot if they're 3-1 in their last 4.
Yeah.
They need to win at least another 5 games to at least have a chance.
The Chargers up next is a huge one.
The Chargers they're in a very good spot right now, so they can afford a couple of losses. I think towards the end of the year, their schedule will probably ease up a bit where they'll easily get those wins. But they'll beat one of those teams, bro. They always give the Chiefs a problem. Again, they have Jim Harbaugh now.
Beast Herbert.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's heating up now.
Yeah, he is.
Give it 2 weeks. You'll see if he's in the top 10 because Jared Goff is not now. I mushed the shit out of him.
Yeah, that was bad. But did you? So I saw
that was
this.
wild.
Ready for this stat? Jared Goff, when he throws 5+ interceptions, he's 6-0 or 4+.
No kidding.
6-0. He's undefeated. He should be throwing more interceptions.
The fact that they got that win just goes to show how strong that team is.
Yeah.
That, like, he was in a loophole the whole night, and still they got the win there.
That speaks to the defense. We talked about it on Monday's show. It's that defense led by Branch right now is looking fantastic. I mean, there's no part of that team that you can tell me is weak.
Yeah. No, none. They're strong on all ends.
Their weakest part is still one of their stronger parts.
Yeah.
It's really crazy what's going on.
And they don't have Aiden Hutchinson, and they're still getting wins like this. I mean, like, they got Zadarius Smith from
he didn't even play this week.
Freaking peanuts. Yeah. I mean, they're fine. That's why I still think they're going to win it because they're just that strong. But
Back to the Dolphins.
Yeah, not to backtrack here, but this goes like, I feel like this team kind of reminds me of what you say about Dak. I mean, just the importance of the quarterback to the team goes to show. I mean, they had Skylar Thompson and Huntley trying to at least just get a touchdown, and they couldn't do it. And then you have Tua here. He's important to that team. I mean, Tyreek Hill, I mean, he didn't do crazy. Waddle has disappeared the last 9 weeks.
Yeah.
And finally he gets some action. It's not a lot, but he gets some action. But that just goes to show how important that quarterback is to that team. And I just feel like it's a little too late for them, bro. I don't know. I'm not really sold on the defense. I think the O-line is really, really, really bad for the Finns. But the only way they really make it is if Waddle, Tua, Achane, and Reek just go ballistic every single week, throwing up 40 points. It's going to be tough.
So here's why I actually think they're going to get the 7th seed.
The schedule.
And they're going to get in there, well, apart from the schedule. So in games where Tua has played, the run game is elite. They have 100-plus yards rushing. They throw for over 200. They're averaging around 400 yards a game when Tua plays. Last night, they had 274 yards of total offense. Run game, non-existent. Yeah. Pass game, basically non-existent. Ugly.
That O-line, bro, it's not good.
But they won the hard way.
They did.
The defense showed that they actually are capable of winning a game for this team, and I think that's huge going into the end of the season because it takes so much pressure off the offense. And the offense still put up 20+. They put up 23 last night.
You know who's a key piece of that team? And he's not, I wouldn't say he's not the best, but like he needs to step up to do what he has to do. Jason Sanders.
Yeah.
Like because he's had a big stretch of missing field goals. He's had games where he's missed a lot of them. If he can just end the year like a Brandon Aubrey or a Kaimi Fairbairn and they're Justin Tucker and come in clutch when it matters, get those 3 points when it matters, because that's what mattered yesterday in that game. I think he made like 3 or 4. Like he just needs to make field goals. If he makes field goals, he's gonna give them a chance to win. Yeah. They have to click on all cylinders of offense to at least have a shot for making the wild card spot.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, if he makes field goals, they probably already have a few more wins.
I don't think I've ever shouted out like kicker, like, hey, like if you want to win, you gotta make field goals.
That was big of you.
Proud of me?
Yeah, that was a big moment for you. So I'm looking at their schedules as well, like you said, and they have the Jets twice. All right, that puts us at 5 wins. Raiders and Patriots 6-7. Then you got the Browns 8. You just really got to pull one more win off the Packers, the Texans, or the 49ers.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you're in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that spot. So.
They just need a lot of help. They're going to need the Bengals to keep losing, which is going to be tough because they're playing
division, dude.
What?
The Bengals division?
Yeah.
They just beat up on each other.
Yeah, it's a battle there. It is a bloodbath there. They need the Chargers to keep losing. They need the Broncos to somehow keep losing. Like I like that team, man. I like what they have, but
just a tough
I guess I wouldn't count out the Finns yet, but like it's going to be. The chance is low, like the percentage of making it is low, but I think it could happen.
Yeah, no, totally. All right, let's move on here. So yesterday we had some comments come out about Mike McCarthy. Actually, it was 2 days ago. But Micah Parsons came out and said that that's above my pay grade. If Mike's coach again next year, all coaching aside, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. And then he went on to speak about Zach Martin, saying you want to win games and do great things for those type of legends who put more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for. Now,
good comment right there.
When this came out,
he's a podcaster.
It was very well. This wasn't on his podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he's got the voice.
No, absolutely. And when this came out, I texted you immediately because I didn't know the context of it. And I was like, dude, it's over. Like, Mike's gone. If we thought Mike was gone, it's definitely gone now. But gone back, I've looked at it, read the tape, saw the tape. ESPN needs to relax.
They can. They're the Dallas Cowboys. They'll never will.
ESPN needs to relax. They blew this thing so far out of proportion.
Of course they did.
Like, this was never about Mike McCarthy getting fired. Like, what he said was perfectly normal. Like, it is above his pay grade to say if Mike's going to be the coach next year. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Who knows if they're going to even want to pay Micah? They should, but who knows if that check's going to be there? And for ESPN to go out and just basically start up a whole controversy for a team that's already so far down, go pick on the Chiefs. Go pick on. I'm sure someone said something over there. Go pick on them. Why is it always you guys picking on the Cowboys? The team is not good. The team is not good. And we're starting Cooper Rush again this week. It's horrible. But this basically just started a whole trickle-down effect now where Deion Sanders is now linked to the Cowboys. And we have other coaches linked to the Cowboys. And it's like Jerry Jones has come out and he's saying what his criteria is for choosing a coach, keeping a coach, whatever. He's not going to fire Mike McCarthy in the middle of the season. Why everyone's saying that he should fire Mike McCarthy right now, and I know I said it last week, but yes, these people who actually are in the game and are talking to these people are coming out saying they got to get rid of Mike McCarthy and bring in Deion now, blah, blah, blah. Why would you fire Mike McCarthy right now? Is there a point to firing him? There isn't. There's no point. We don't have Dak. We don't have Marcus Lawrence. We have sun in our eyes. We have Jerry Jones as the owner. This team's not going to win games. So just bringing someone else in and giving them Cooper Rush as your quarterback, what is that going to do for the team? Mm-hmm. It's going to do nothing. Just keep him around, and then when Dak comes back, see what happens. If Trey Lance can finally get some minutes and win the games, perfect. But I think everyone just has to calm down. Would I be surprised if Mike came back next year? Yeah, yes.
But we all would.
Absolutely. And I just think that the team in general, we guys got to stay away from saying this stuff. Mike meant no harm here.
They've never been in this position in a long time. So I feel like they don't know how to handle it. Jason Garrett era, there was moments like this, but he was still pulling off wins getting to the playoffs. It's never been like this. It's never been this bad. Where the whole team looks bad. But so everyone knows I'm on the Mike and Mike train getting out of here. Yeah. Get Zimmer out, get McCarthy 100%. Out. It's time to move on. But now I'm in my head because is it time for Deion? Should we be bringing in Deion? I mean, we need a culture change. So it's very clear. What I think, when I was hearing these rumors that Deion was going to be the coach of the Cowboys, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be another disaster, blah, blah, blah. But now, I was thinking about that too. That would be a smart business move on Jerry Jones' part because Deion Sanders played for the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And he has that clout. He would bring money to the Cowboys.
Oh, it would be a Jerry Jones wet dream.
He would bring business to the Cowboys. Yeah. He would get the people hyped up because this is Deion Sanders we're talking about. Prime time we're talking about. And that would be such a I don't know if it would be a good move as a team moving forward, but for a business team,
he can attract people to come join his staff to be a part of it. He can bring ex-Cowboys back in that have won. He can bring guys that have won back into the fold and maybe support the team a little more where, Mike McCarthy, he's going to smash a watermelon?
He's bringing obesity to the team.
Listen, I never used that word. I just called him the Denny's King. But I personally am on the Deion train.
I think it would be.
I think Deion is the best option moving forward, and my only concern is that he's going to draft Shador and start him.
That's the thing.
We cannot do that. That I want Deion. I want you, bud. I do. I really do. But Shador cannot be the starter right away. Have him come in and sit behind Dak for a couple years. Sure, do that. I'm cool with that. Because I do think that his son is a good football player. I do think he's a good quarterback, and I do think he will be a good quarterback in the NFL. But let's not just throw Dak to the curb here. Dak Prescott has gotten you so many things, and he's been screwed so many times by this organization. Deion, come in, put your son behind Dak, give it 2-3 years, and then throw your son into the fold. That's where I'm at. Bring Deion in.
I have 2 points here, and you're going to lose your shit. When I say this, I'll say the bad one for last. Travis Hunter to the Cowboys would be interesting.
Electric. I almost sent that to you, but he won't be at our pick.
But do they have the ammunition to trade up for that? Because think about it. He's a two-way player. We have never seen that in football. Probably a long time ago, maybe. But having a guy at receiver, having a guy that can play cornerback, probably the two most important positions that you need right now. Would you give up a haul to get that number 1 pick and take Travis Hunter? Why not, bro?
Depending on what we had to give up, yeah.
Why not?
No,
I think that would be
agree.
such a crazy move.
I agree. Depending on what we had to give up, I would.
I think because the Patriots is one thing.
Here's the issue.
Go ahead.
The Cowboys could have the number 3 pick, be in a position to get him, and we'll trade back to 12 to get an O-lineman.
Yeah.
That's what Jerry
or
will do.
26. You'll trade back to like 26 and get an O-lineman.
Yeah, we'll take a running back.
But like that would be if now this goes to my other question now. Deion signing a guy like Deion is going to piss you off. I feel like has a little bit of like Aaron Rodgers-esque to it. Where it's like, oh, we're going to bring Deion in, and who is he going to bring in now? Like, is he going to want to bring in his guys? Like, Aaron Rodgers brought in Hackett. He brought in Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, Devontae, blah, blah, blah. Is Deion Sanders going to go that same route? Oh, we're going to bring in Shadur Sanders. We're going to bring in this guy. We're going to bring in this guy and completely change the whole outlook of this front office, this team. I think he has that pull. But is Jerry going to succumb to it? That's the only thing. Is Jerry going to be man enough to be like, Deion, no, like we're not going to do this. We're going to stay this route. Or is he going to be like, whatever you want. If you want this guy, we'll bring him in. If you want this guy, we'll bring him in. If you don't want this guy, we'll ship him. How is that going to look? Because that's going to be something to think about if they do sign Deion as a coach.
So, I mean, you say it's going to piss me off. That doesn't piss me off because
it's kind of the truth, though.
I agree with you. And I think that Jerry has a soft spot for guys who have won for him.
Yeah.
And I think that if Deion came in, Jerry would be open to giving him a little bit more of what he wants than normal.
Because I feel like Jerry's such a closed-minded guy, closed-minded guy.
Yeah.
Like a dude like Deion Sanders would definitely keep his options a little bit more open than they were now and previously.
Yeah. And you got to think about who have the Cowboys had at head coach over the last 15 years. It hasn't been someone like Deion. It's been a yes man.
Agreed.
So
yep.
Bringing in Deion would be the culture change that we need it's no longer a guy who's just going to do whatever he's told to do. Like Deion has proven at Colorado, he's proven at Jackson State that he's going to go about it his own way, and he's going to bring in guys that he believes can help his program, help his team win, and he's going to bring the coaching staff in that he believes will help. If he needs to get rid of you, he'll get rid of you. He'll show you the door. He has no issues with that. If you think you're a star but you've never won anything, he'll get rid. Here's the door. And I think that's something that Dallas is lacking. I mean, we always talk about, is there discipline in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's not.
No.
There's not. You look at some of the penalties and, you look at the way guys act. We talked about it a little bit on Monday. Are people just checked out at this point? But I think with Deion, there is no checking out. If you check out, you're legitimately checked out. You're gone. And I think that's a culture change that we need. Will it translate to the NFL? I'm not sure. But right now at Colorado, it's working. And college sports are growing into what the NFL is kind of, where, guys are getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
And Deion's used to that. It's not like we're having some college coach from 2015 come up to the NFL
like
where
Matt Rule
he has to work with scholarships.
Yeah.
And it's not contract. Now, Deion is prepared for this moment. You could call that college experience actual NFL experience because
100%.
of the way the money works now.
Yeah.
Guys are on contracts,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. So he can come to NFL, and I think he can change a lot. And, I said bring Shadur in, don't start. Yeah, don't start him. But bring Shadur in. Bring your guys in. Get the guys that believe in you into the locker room early, and then go from there. Like, I'm fine. Get Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
If he's your guy and you think that he will change your style of play, if he can fix your team because he knows what you want, bring him in. I'm cool with that.
I can't think of another team that is more perfect for a guy like Travis Hunter because, yes, there are teams that need a two-way guy. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying this because
imagine
that's the
him
player
with
that
CD
he is.
and then him with Trayvon Diggs.
That's what I'm saying,
and you still
bro.
have DeRon Bland out there.
In a winning team that can win and that is supposed to win. Not a rebuilding team like the Giants or the Titans. Like, okay, if they get him, great. But you're still going to go 4-13. Yeah. Like the Cowboys.
We said this, I think, last week. The Cowboys aren't a rebuilding team.
No,
there is no rebuild.
There is
Dallas.
no rebuild.
It is
like
consistently
the Steelers,
trying to
thing.
win.
Yes.
And if you go 500, you go 500, but you're trying to win 100%, games.
Yeah. And I think that I don't know if Jerry's going to do that because Jerry has actually, I got to give him some credit. He's had good drafts where he's at least nailed on a couple of people, especially in the first round with their linemen. But Deion, back to Deion here. not a lot of people, like, when I look at the Dallas Cowboys, they're America's team. Like, I'm probably not as much as anymore.
Thank you.
But they have always been the team that everyone's going to highlight, everyone's going to key in on and be like, what are the Dallas Cowboys up to? They're not going to forget about them like the Tennessee Titans or the Panthers. Deion is a type of guy that can handle the pressure in Dallas. It's like the New York market. It's like the Philadelphia market. Like, can these guys handle the scrutiny from the media? And can they handle everything, all the noise outside of the locker room and the team? Deion Sanders is a perfect guy for that. Now, is the X's and O's going to work for him in his favor? Is he going to be Is he going to be good on that end? We'll see. We don't know. Again, we don't know if he's going to really be the coach for the Dallas Cowboys, but it would be, number one, a smart business decision. Number two, is going to attract a lot of players to that team. And number three, he's going to bring in people that probably will help out that team. I'm telling you, if they somehow end up with the 5th overall pick and they have to give up a couple more picks in the future to get a guy like Travis Hunter, who's going to be there for a long time. You got CeeDee Lamb, you got Travis Hunter, you got Trayvon Diggs, who is okay, and then we have Travis Hunter. It's just, how much can you get this guy to play? How much are you going to really play this guy? Because we have not seen that. We have not seen a two-way player besides a defensive lineman playing a fullback.
But here's
the
thing with it. Like, okay, we're going to want him on offense with CD and Brandon Cooks, right? We're going to want him there with Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to want him on offense.
That's a game changer, bro. He's a stud.
On defense, he doesn't have to play every down.
No, exactly.
You have DaRon Bland.
Exactly.
DaRon Bland, he's going to be back next year. He's not just going to be out for 2 years. He's going to be back. He's already almost back. Trayvon Diggs will still be there. You have 3 guys that, Trayvon Diggs should play the whole game. But DaRon Bland, there's a little bit of movement there.
Yeah, there's some leeway with him on the defensive side because
he's had one good year. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yes.
And he's coming off that serious injury. All right, we can filter him in. And then if we decide that Travis Hunter should only be offense, he's only offense.
I'm sold, bro.
I'm
Lucas.
Sold. I'm sold.
Travis Hunter to the Dallas Cowboys.
It's happening. And
I would be so electric, though. I would be happy for you guys.
Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. No one else is taking Deion Sanders away from Colorado besides the Cowboys.
I would be more of a Cowboys fan.
Dude.
Like I am, but I would be like how you are with the Jets.
Yeah. If Deion goes to the Cowboys and they get Shedeur and Travis Hunter,
they're going to make money,
I'm going to have to get 2 jerseys.
Again, it's a business. They're going to make bread. They're going to make
so
much money
if he goes to the Cowboys, we're winning 4 Super Bowls.
They're going to make so much money.
It's the end of the Chiefs.
Jerry has thought about that. I bet you.
It's the end of the Chiefs if Deion goes to the Cowboys. It's the end. It's over. Mahomes' career over because Deion time is here. Prime time is here. Look good, feel good, play good. We're here.
So, follow, subscribe, back to the show. Going off that now, I know we were going to talk about some teams that are pretty much in need for quarterback.
Yes. Giants have serious quarterback issues.
You know what's funny? I feel like we're now entering, because when we were younger, there were already solidified quarterbacks. Like you had your Peyton Mannings, you had your Eli Mannings, your Drew Brees, your Ben Roethlisbergers, Rodgers, Brady. You can go down the whole list and name off so many quarterbacks. I feel like now there's only for the shitty teams that are blatantly shitty. Every other team doesn't really need a quarterback. Like the top 16 teams. Give you a moment here. I'll go through this right now and I'll say who needs a quarterback and who doesn't. All right. Vikings, no. Ravens, I'm just going through these. None of them need a quarterback.
Oh, no, it's going to be the bottom half here. So we're looking at the Jags. Do they look for a quarterback? Because you have McCorkle down there, so I don't think you do. Let's just work straight up from the list here.
Yeah, I'm with that.
All right. So we're going to start in last place. The Jags, no.
The Jags don't. Well, hold on real quick, because if I'm looking at this top 10 that you did when I wrote down all the teams. There are 22 teams right now that do not need a quarterback. Off the top of my head, that probably will not get a quarterback.
No, yeah.
Continue.
Ready? So, the Giants, yeah.
Giants, yeah. Yes,
Raiders,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Raiders, probably, yes. Yeah. They need one, too.
Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Browns. Yeah.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
You have Deshaun Watson in a crazy contract.
I don't think they can. I think they're in the Jaguars, but I think they screwed themselves. You got 3 teams still. I don't think the Browns take one.
I don't think so either. They have DTR there, too. They'll see what he has to offer.
Panthers. Now, I think we're going to disagree here. I don't think they get one. I think they stick with Bryce.
I think
Dude, that smile is contagious. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Dude, he was so happy. I felt so good for him. And Panthers fans are actually backing this kid. I don't know if you went on Panthers Twitter.
Oh, for sure they are.
Like, they love this kid. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Panthers get rid of Bryce Young because the way that, like, just his energy on last Sunday was enough for them to be like, we want this kid.
But
because he's playing good now.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing good. They won a game. His smile's there. He's the type of guy you want to be your quarterback.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree at the same time because I believe you like 100%. Like I agree with you here, but if you look at it from an ownership standpoint, like is it enough to get you the win? Is it enough to get you the big game in the future? Like they're in such a shitty position. It's like if they keep Bryce for the rest of the remainder of his contract, where are they going to be?
Okay, well let me ask you this. All right. So if we're always going to worry about the quarterback at the Panthers, right, which they have for a number of years.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to play wide receiver? Who's out there? Who's going to be on the O-line that can't block shit?
Yeah. Like that's a good point.
Who's going to play defense for you? Where are your linebackers?
Yeah, they got to rebuild.
Where are your
they got to
corners?
just build.
You have Horn. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Who's
have
your
to
safeties that can't tackle.
True. No, good point.
Like,
good point.
They have way too many holes to be worrying about who's going to be their quarterback right now. And I know that's a big position, but you have a kid that can play quarterback and the fans like. Just ride it out because he's selling jerseys. He's putting money in your pocket. Just ride it out until you get the pieces that you need. And then once you have the pieces, okay, if he's still not producing, show him the door.
That's the thing, though. Like, are they going to sit tight and not even have open ears to a potential trade? Say they get, we'll give you a first and a second for Bryce Young. Like, are you taking that? I don't know.
But
they're in such a shitty position, though, dude. Like, they're slowly making better moves. But like, are they ready? But I agree with you. They have so many holes, bro. Like,
but if someone were to offer that trade, who does that look worse on? The Panthers or the team trading with the draft classes that are coming up?
Yeah, like
honestly, who does that look worse on? Because I think it's the team trading for Bryce Young.
You know what's funny? It's just like they're in a bad spot, but like they're in a really bad spot because not only they have holes on the offense, they have holes everywhere. And like that's why it's like, is it a bad move trading him, getting some guys for the future, some offensive linemen, defensive linemen, cornerbacks, receiver, everywhere on that team? Mm-hmm. Is it a bad idea to let him go, show him the door, get some value back, rebuild, and then take another guy? Or do you keep him now? He probably has 2 more years on his contract after this year. You get the pieces as he's there, and then you're probably going to start being ready to win on the last year of his deal. What are you going to do then?
So here's the other thing. All right, so just like you just said, you could be ready to win towards the last year of his deal. I don't think they will be. I think the next 2 years they'll still be mediocre.
Exactly.
They won't be ready to win until after his next contract.
That's just
right.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna have to pay him. What has he proven?
Yeah. No. True.
The contract's not going to be big. It's basically going to be like giving him another rookie deal.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that was the question. It's like what is he going to ask?
I think it's worth keeping him because all right,
he's so young.
If he pops off next year,
he's so Bryce
and
young.
They're really good, right? If he pops off, Heisman winner. If he pops off, right? Perfect. You have your quarterback. But if he doesn't, and he's steady, he's good, right? You get the pieces, and then when the time comes, if there's no quarterback that you're completely sold on, you bring in a good backup, and you play him with the weapons. You see how he does, and if he's not good enough, he's not good enough.
And even so,
you're not going to be paying him a ton.
I do agree. I agree with you. Yeah, you have sold me. I agree with you. I think when it comes to draft time, because let's be real, they're going to have a high pick. They're going to have a top 5 pick.
Yeah,
there are going to be teams that are in like the Miami Dolphins, the Dallas Cowboys, teams that are the Tampa Bay Bucks, that are one move away to really helping out that team.
Yeah.
The Panthers the next 2 years should just trade back and just get a haul. That would be the smart move because then you keep Bryce and you just take players. You just take players. What are our needs? But what's the BPA? Who's the best player available for our needs? Yeah. You're going to draft defense. You're going to draft offensive line. If they're smart, I don't know who their GM is, but it's a tough hand that you were dealt because you don't know what you have yet in Bryce. We've seen 2 wins on the road now, or 2 wins in a row. Where do we go from here? And the ultimate question is, do we see this guy taking us to the playoffs in the future? That's what they need to answer to themselves. Is this guy going to lead us to a playoff win throughout his tenure here in Carolina?
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, let's get back to this. So we have 3 teams. We have the Giants, the Raiders, the Titans, the Saints. They have Rattler.
I probably would say no because they probably Rattler's going to be the guy.
Now it's going to get real interesting through here.
Yeah,
because I don't think any of these teams need a quarterback.
Go ahead.
I think we might have already hit the teams that need it.
3, bro.
3. All right, so I'm just going to list the next 4.
Yeah.
Did we just do the Patriots?
No, we didn't. But
Patriots,
they don't need one,
Jets,
obviously.
Cowboys, Dolphins.
The only one I see, I mean, the Jets have Jordan Travis. The Patriots now have Drake May
And Milton.
and Joe Milton. The Dolphins possibly just because of like the Tua injury history. Like I wouldn't be shocked if they took
fair.
somebody.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say they should take one.
It might not be this year, probably next year.
Yeah.
But Greer needs to address that O-line immediately. You guys this year probably not. Like again, we just talked about this.
We just went through it.
But I think in the second year there probably will, depending on what Dak gets. Like if he's getting a big ass contract, then no. But let's put this all together now. 3 teams are in a dire need of a quarterback.
Yep.
3 teams. Do you know how many quarterbacks I've gotten drafted in the top 10 the last like 3 years?
It's crazy.
Like 4 or 5.
It's crazy.
Now there are 3 teams that only need a quarterback. I can't think of another.
And they're all on the bottom. They're all on the bottom. So this, listen, I think the best case scenario for the Cowboys, to go back to it, Tennessee comes in last, Raiders come in second last, Giants come in third, and they all take a quarterback, and we just pick up Travis.
You just take Travis Hunter.
It's so simple.
Then you just trade. You make that trade before the draft, like right when the season's over, bro. You make that trade.
Yeah.
Like you got to be smart with that because they really have a shot. But it's wild to think that it's probably going to be a really good quarterback class again. But there's only so many. There's 3 teams that are in dire need of a quarterback.
But it's going to be a lot of teams that are looking at a backup. You
Yeah.
You got the Dolphins. You got the Cowboys. They got both backups on the end of their contract. You got the Cleveland Browns. You got Carolina. Do they look at a backup? You got the Rams. You got what's it called?
Can't believe we're looking to the draft, bro. It's week 11.
That's how bad our teams are.
Oh my god, bro. This is, you know what though? It's so funny because Gassy knows this too. Lucas knows this. This is when it gets fun. Because your team's done and it's like now we look forward to the draft and we just start doing mocks. Like this is the fun part for us. Now all the shit that we're watching now, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, it's
now we could be like, who's going to help our team out next year? And then you start falling in love with these prospects. Oh, this guy's a sleeper. This guy, he's going to be the stud. Like I hate that it's fun, bro. Like I wish I could just be like, oh, we have pick 30. Like I don't have to worry about shit about the draft. But no, I don't think we've ever been in this situation where there are not that many teams that need quarterbacks. Like it's going to shake up everything the way we think about drafts and mocks and everything.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
It's going to be fun.
All right, let's move on here. So week 11, we have 3 big games this week. 3 big games. Starting off with Thursday Night Football, we got the Commies and the Eagles. They're playing in Philadelphia.
It's going to be a good game.
I think this is a bigger game for the Commanders coming off a loss.
Me too.
Solely because we have to figure out if the Commanders are real. Are they 7-3? Yes. They are 7-0 against teams below 500. They're 0-3 against teams above 500.
Mm-hmm.
Can they beat a team above 500? We're about to find out in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia is the kicker.
Like
that's a tough game to win. But hey, listen, you never know, bro.
Eagles tend to win in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lose this one, you're probably going 0-2 against the Birds.
Yeah.
And that is the division right there. You got to be holding on for dear life for the wild card. And, God, I want that. I'm pulling for the Birds.
This is unbelievable.
I'm pulling for the Birds. I might post a picture of me in a Birds jersey this Thursday.
Holy shit.
I might post
that is like, would you lose a bet or something, or you're just you're just going to the goodness of your heart?
I'm trying to win a bet. I'm trying to win a bet. NFC East champs, Philadelphia.
This is crazy. Like, I hope these guys are like, they're gonna hold this to you for a long time.
That's fine.
Like if Greg is ever back on this, I guarantee you he's going to probably run you in a circle.
No, but dude, I'm the one that's winning here.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going to lose their minds. Oh, you can't cheer for the Birds. I mean, I am. I already placed the bet.
That was so bold.
Like, my season's over. I've already admitted my season's over. We're a train wreck. We go through it weekly. The Birds, they're my last hope to take down the Commanders. I can't have the Commanders be good. It's one thing to have the Birds be good because I need this to stay a 2-team race. The Giants suck. I can't have the Commanders be good.
I don't like. I feel like America is going to be all over Philly, and I feel like I want to be all over Philly too. But if the Commanders lost big to the Steelers, I would take Philadelphia in a heartbeat. But like again, seeing what I saw from that game and how they played, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, bro. It's going to be a close game from like the Commanders.
So the Birds are favored -3.5. The over is 48.5.
I got to take the Commanders.
I think everyone's going to be on the Commanders.
I think everyone's going to be on the Birds,
the
bro.
Commanders. No,
that's a field goal game. They're gonna lose.
Break it to you.
I might bet 30-27. That's the exact score. I'm going to take it.
Yes, you're on the Commanders.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
I'll be
everyone's going to be on the Commanders because 3.5 is too many points for this game. Commanders have been playing close games all year, but again, they can't beat teams with a record above 500. I think the Birds blow them out. I think this is a huge statement game for the Birds. I think especially, and I have this written down, Nick Sirianni needs to shave his head again for them to get to their Final Four.
Yeah.
If he shaves his head one more time, Final Four, the Birds might run the table.
So
I'm actually really scared about this because he shaved his head once. He got to form number 2. This is like Pokemon. They got to the second form here, and all of a sudden, like the team flipped the switch. They're starting to body teams.
I love that you just said Pokemon. You put a Pokemon reference in there.
And now, if he shaves his head one more time and gives us one more week of just nonsense on the sideline yelling at his own fans, especially in a game like this, Thursday Night Football primetime, dude, it's over. It's over. Book it. The Eagles are going to the NFC Championship. Now, will they win it? I don't know. I hope they don't. But they're 100% winning the NFC East. It's over. It's over. I hope he comes out with a shaved head.
He has to, for the sake of just the
for the sake of Philadelphia
and Philadelphia.
Like, Philly fans, you can't be upset with me for doing this. Like, I'm on your side. Would you rather me cheer for the Commanders? So I feel like Greg would say yes.
Yeah.
But like I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm cheering with you guys. I want to be with you guys. We're all in this together against the Commanders. Like the Eagles and the Cowboys are the ones that compete for the division. Enough with this Commanders bullshit. They're not in this thing. They're not in this thing. At the end of the day, if Dak Prescott's the quarterback of the Cowboys right now and he's not hurt, you're more scared of the Cowboys than you are the Commanders, let's be honest. Like, the Commanders should be in 3rd. That's where they belong, or 4th. But the Giants in 4th place is normal.
They stink.
The Commanders cannot win this division.
All right. What other games we got? I know we got the Ravens-Steelers.
Yeah, so Ravens and Steelers battle for the top of the AFC North.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
Great game.
I don't know who the hell I'm taking.
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
You're going to take Pittsburgh?
You know that already, though.
Yeah, I know. They always give them a hard time, though, man. Like, I feel like Pittsburgh has just been rolling right now. How do you stop Derrick Henry Lamar? That's the only thing you have to answer on defense. How can we stop these two guys?
I thought the Steelers' defense did very well against Jaden Daniels, who's a miniature version of Lamar Jackson. And, I mean, Washington's run game isn't bad. It's not Derrick Henry, but it's not bad. And I thought that they were able to contain it decently well.
Yeah.
They were able to contain Jaden Daniels' run game decently well. Now it's a whole different ball game against the Ravens. It is. I get that. But the Ravens, I think, also have a weaker wide receiver room. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I trust Mike Tomlin to figure out how to keep this thing close.
Yeah, that's because the offense has been rolling, and I feel like the defense of the Ravens have been kind of, and I wouldn't say regressing, but they haven't been playing as well as they should.
Yeah.
So, but again, like that's a game you see on the schedule and you circle that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, we need to fucking win this game. Like, this is not only important for the division, they're first right now, and it's this Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens, one of the great rivalries of all time. That's a game that Lamar sees, and he's like, nah, it's not happening. I don't know about Russ. He's probably...
He's still doing this.
Yeah, he's either praying or he's tweeting something. Like, number one, they can't get out coached, the Ravens. The Steelers need to find a way to just get George Pickens involved, and they need to find a way to just keep the chains moving. That's the key. If they can wear down that Ravens defense, keep their defense on the sideline, they'll win that game. They can't if there's a lot of 3 and outs, it's not going to be good for the Steelers.
I'm sorry. We'll get back to the conversation. I need to show you something.
What is going on? What the fuck am I watching? What'd he do, bro?
I don't. All right.
This is just it's a weird Tuesday morning for these guys.
So he's in last place of our fantasy league.
Typical.
And last place has to do a photo shoot this year.
Oh no.
So the pictures have started to come through.
You got to send one now.
That's ugly.
You have to send one.
I will.
Poor guy, bro. He never deserved that. How's Adam Peters doing in that league?
I actually don't know. Here, keep talking about the Steelers. I'll find this for you.
That's really it. I mean,
okay.
Can the Ravens be mistake-free? They just need to score points. That's it. They need to score points every single possession, whether it be a field goal, whether it be a touchdown. Obviously, that's what you want. But they cannot go 3 and out.
Good insight there.
They can, yeah, right. They cannot go 3 and out. The Steelers, same thing. They cannot. They just need to keep the chains moving. I think the Steelers win by time of possession. Whatever team wins by time of possession is going to win this game. The Steelers, I think, have a better shot too because I think the Ravens defense it hasn't been playing well. Like I said, they need to just get first downs. They need to score.
Yeah,
like I think it's going to be a run heavy game. How are you going to stop Derrick Henry and Lamar? I think they're both going to be running a lot. I don't think the receivers are going to do anything. I don't know. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a fun game to watch. Don't tell me it's a 1 o'clock game.
Oh boy.
If it's a
1 p.m.
No.
on Fox. 1 p.m.
Fuck.
Yep.
Damn, I really wanted to watch that, bro.
Or sorry, CBS.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's your game of the week, though.
Yep.
That's
100%.
That should be a primetime game.
That should have been, but instead we're going to get the Bengals and the Chargers.
Oh, my God. Okay,
hey,
well.
You know what's even worse? So you think that should be the primetime game? We have the Chiefs and the Bills at 4:25. Now, that's a game where
I'm so tired of the Chiefs
I
being in
think
primetime, bro.
This is Buffalo's last chance to be able to catch the Chiefs for the 1 seed. Because if they don't win this game, it puts them at 3 losses, and the Chiefs move to 10-0, and let's be honest, the Chiefs probably run the table, go undefeated into the playoffs.
The Chiefs are going to win that game. I don't see Buffalo.
It's at Buffalo.
I just don't see them winning.
Buffalo is favored -2.5.
That's an easy stamp on the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know what? I'm going to go against you here.
I think I'm going against you in every single those 3 games. I'm going against you.
Okay, wait. Who'd you take you took the Commanders. I took the Eagles.
Yep.
You took the Ravens.
I'm going to roll with the Ravens.
I took the Steelers. And you're taking the Chiefs.
100%.
I took the Bills.
I'm taking the Chiefs. 100%.
I love this.
Yeah.
3 primetime games.
I mean, hey, listen, you guys know our mortal record, so.
Yeah.
But hey, rapid fire. So that's it for the 3 games?
That's it for the games. I mean, the rest of them are whatever. But we do have the power rankings still.
Come on.
All right, so we'll finish up the show here with the power rankings. So we'll let you guys leave. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Comment and subscribe. Don't comment me about what the Cowboys are going to do this week. They're not going to win. Like, comment, subscribe. Mike, would you like me to start from definitely dead or the top 10?
Definitely dead. Let's go from there.
Okay, so the Jags and the Titans, you both are dead. It's over. Dead teams that are not definitely dead, they're still crawling around. Browns, Saints, Patriots, Giants, Raiders. Only reason the Giants are only dead is because they came back in that game. They showed some type of life. And then knocked out but not dead, we have the Cowboys, Jets, and Rams. Now, I think the Rams probably deserve to be a little higher here, but the numbers didn't work out in their favor. Let's go to the top 10 here, and then we'll do first 4 out, next 4 out, and last 4 out.
Okay.
Coming in at number 10. It wasn't pretty, but they got the win. The Vikings at 7-2, coming in at number 10. They stay around. Number 9, I'm going to go with the Commanders at 7-3. I'll keep saying this. You know, they're 7-0 against 500 teams or worse, and they're 0-3 against 500 teams or better. Like, it's a really weird situation going on in Commanders country, and it's eerily similar to what the Cowboys have been over the last couple of years, where they're very, very good against the bad teams, very, very bad against the good teams. So to be determined if the Commanders can sneak back up this list. But for now, number 9 on their way out. Cardinals come in. They got 4 wins in a row. The next 3 games are going to determine their realness. They have, let me pull it up here, because they have a tough stretch here. They got the Seahawks, the Vikings, and the Seahawks. If they could pull 2 out of 3 there, I think that they're real. If they only go 1 out of 3, it's going to be a tough end to the season for them. They got to get 2 wins there. Next up, we got the Texans. Really good team. They just got to get a win on the board. If they get a win on the board, they're back. They've been close. And then I got the Ravens. They're finding a way. Now, this is where people are going to be mad that there's not much movement here, but they all won, and they all were convincing. You know, like, you can't move teams around when they're doing their job. So the Ravens come in there. Then I got the Steelers right above them. They play this week, so that's going to be a battle there. And then we got the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, and then the Lions. So nothing really changes from the top 5, top 6 even. But the bottom 4, there was a little bit of movement there. I think that's more of the storyline here. The Lions, they're the Lions. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Bills are the Bills. The Eagles are the Eagles. I actually don't see those 4 moving the rest of the season. It's going to be really hard to knock those 4 out. What do you think?
No, I like this list. I have no rebuttals.
And honestly, when you look at the Ravens and the Steelers, don't look at that as the Ravens are below them. That's just because I like the Steelers more.
Yeah, no, they're a close team.
Yeah, that's basically the same ranking right there.
I do like the Texans on this list. They're just so banged up right now.
Mm-hmm.
One team that could potentially, I think, move back in this list for you would probably be the Niners. I don't know how you feel about them, but they're starting to get healthy again. Big win against the Bucs, but they're kind of a little disgruntled right now, so I see why they're not in there. I think this is a great list. This is probably your best list yet. I don't really have much.
I feel like you've said that the last 3 weeks. That's making me feel real confident each week.
Well, like I've had like a couple.
Thing.
I've had a couple teams. I'm like the Cardinals and like I forget
I was
what
right
other,
about them.
You are.
I was right.
There was another one. I was like, I don't know about this team. Blah blah blah. But no, this is right now. I think this is perfect. I like this a lot.
First 4. So I'll give you the first 4 out right here. So these were my next 4 that I almost dropped the Vikings out. I'll be honest. I almost did it. And I had the Chargers and the Packers in that conversation. Now, the Falcons and the Bucs are in the first 4 out as well. But I just have questions about them.
That was my 4, by the way. I was literally guessing those 4.
Yeah, the Packers could sneak in there, but, you know, the Vikings have the edge there. They're in the same division. I'll give it to them. The Chargers have looked really good, though.
Yep. It's
just they're the Chargers, you know? Like, you still have that mentality about it where it's the Chargers. Like, they could lose. I don't know. Next 4 out, I have the Broncos, Niners, Bengals, Seahawks. The Niners are in this one only because I need to see more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not – do I think they're a top 10 team? Yeah, on paper, for sure. But have they shown it? I don't think so. They got to get the people back in those seats. And then the last 4 out, we have the Dolphins, Bears, Colts, Panthers. Dolphins sneak in there after the win last night. I did have the Rams in there before the game. Mm-hmm. So I switched those 2. I got the Bears in there. Questions about them, though. I got the Colts in there. Questions about them, though. And then Panthers, they came back from the dead. I'm big on Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
That's a really good list. Very happy with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to do it as fair as possible. I'm trying to, like, not have bias come into it. The only one that really has the bias is the Commanders.
But I
still have them in the top 10.
It would be funny if we like switched, like you did the quarterback rankings and I did the power rankings. But I think the way you do the power rankings is very good. And then I don't know. It's a good thing we added. It was just a very simple idea, but it's worked.
And this was only supposed to be the top 10, but then I got heat for not putting teams in. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly where your team's at. Yeah. Your team's ranked 29th.
I like this a lot. It was one of my favorite segments, even though it's a very simple top 10 list and obviously with more for you. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I think so. I actually said I don't think there's going to be a lot of movement in the top 4. I do think if Nick Sirianni shaves his head, the Eagles will move to number 2. Just throwing that out there. So thoughts, Eagles.
We got some good games, man. Yeah. I hope there's got to be some that are like 425 we can like watch on their drive back.
Here, I'll pull it up real quick.
Because I mean, we have watching the Jets and the Colts,
Chiefs,
bro. Oh yeah, but fuck that. I'm so tired of watching the Chiefs.
It's still a good game, Mike.
Yeah, it is.
And then we got the Seahawks and the 49ers there. We got Falcons, Broncos. That's it.
What's the Sunday night game?
Still the Bengals Chargers.
Oh, Bengals Chargers. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Thursday is Eagles and the Commanders, correct?
Yeah, and then we got a Monday night showdown in Texas. It's going to be pitiful.
What's Monday?
Houston and the Cowboys.
Oof.
It's going to be bad, dude. Our only hope is to play Trey Lance. That's our only
hope. That
hope.
dude stinks.
What?
That dude stinks.
Yeah, but, dude, he's way better than Cooper Rush.
Saying a lot.
Dude, you got to go watch the tape on this team because Cooper Rush, you got to see what this dude was doing. It was bad. Real bad. But, all right.
Come on.
All right, let's get out of here. All right.
Before we get in a rabbit hole.
See
you guys.